What's up, Brock? I'm Alex Azzopardi, and I'm your weekly Badger.
What's up, Badgers, and welcome back to another episode of your weekly Badger. I'm here with Alex from the women's rugby team. Alex, it's a pleasure to have you.
It's great to be here. I've been watching the show a lot. Saw your segment on women's soccer. It was sick.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, it's good to know that my guests are watching the show too.
Oh yeah, it's reaching a wide audience.
'Cause I like that. Oh, how are you feeling though?
I'm feeling great. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to get into it.
Tell us, Alex, where were you born and raised?
Well, I was actually born in Brampton, and I was raised in Brampton. I went to school up in Caledon, but that's just because of the arts program that Mayfield had, and that's where I started playing rugby.
So, like, what was your art program?
I was actually in the drama program, which was kind of interesting because I was really passionate about theater my whole life. I hated sports. I always told my parents I would never, ever play a sport in my life, and now here I am, and no one believes me when I tell them.
Wow. So the second question, what made you choose Brock?
I honestly chose Brock because of the people. When I met my coach Steph at the time, she really inspired me to come here and told me that there was a spot on the team for me, which was really exciting. I wanted to play rugby in university, and at the time Brock was in a tier 2 level, and it was the chance to play on a varsity team that I thought I would never get. So that's why I came, and the people were honestly very great. My program is the only one offered in the country, so that's awesome, and I really like it. So
when did you start playing rugby?
I started playing rugby in grade 10 actually. So I've been playing for 7 years then, yeah.
It's so amazing that you could just pick up something not last minute, but that you weren't passionate about, and then in 2 years later it became your passion, and boom, you were the captain.
For sure, and in rugby it's always been the people though. The culture behind the sport has just been so strong, and it's just where everyone comes together to play. Especially in club rugby, you meet some of your best friends. In high school rugby, everyone's so tight-knit, and you're so close to your coaches, you're so close to the girls, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you have to trust each other a lot, so you build some pretty intense bonds. This is a fun fact not many people know about me. I cross-country skied before I played rugby.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I was awful. I was so bad. I went to off-sub, but I was so bad because it's just an individual mindset.
Yeah.
When you're alone there in the freezing cold snow and you're just trying to push yourself
it
along
is hard.
uphill.
It is
uphill.
hard.
No, I was absolutely not that great.
If you could eat dinner with one person, dead or alive, who would it be and why?
Oh my gosh, dead or alive? I'd probably have to say Ruth Bader Ginsburg, RBG.
Okay, and why? What's your reason?
RBG was really influential in passing women's rights in the court of law for the United States. And she was one of the first women to break into the field of law, which is mainly male dominated, and I really look up to her as a role model and as an inspiration. If
you were not playing rugby at Brock, rugby doesn't exist, what sport are you playing?
Oh shoot. See, I wouldn't sell myself too far by saying I definitely play basketball or hockey or something like that. I think ultimate frisbee.
That's crazy.
That.
Okay, you're actually talking to the president of Brock Ultimate Frisbee right now.
Really?
So,
oh my gosh. Well, my entire team says that if things don't work out with rugby, we're joining Ultimate.
You know what? I love that. So now we're going to talk on field and stuff like that. What would you say is your greatest strength on the field?
I'm really good at a concept we call tackling the tackler. So when our player is taking the ball into ground, a rule that a lot of teams don't know and don't practice actually in game is that you can tackle the person that's tackling your player. And so my coach has always put me in what we call the assassin position, which is someone who will be there right beside the ball carrier to just tackle the person trying to get them down. So hopefully give them an extra chance to work with their feet up on the ground. And I just love hitting people.
You know your rules though. You know your rules.
Oh yeah. We had to take a course. Our coaches actually made us take get our certificate and our rugby knowledge, so that way we could start making better decisions when we played.
And it helps.
It did.
We're gonna move on to our next round, which is the demonstration. So you're gonna teach me a little bit about tackling, tossing, and all of that.
For sure.
Okay, guys. So right now we're in the demonstration round. My friend Alex here, she's gonna teach me how to toss, some basic concepts of how to toss a rugby ball.
Yeah. So we're gonna start with some progressions. So we're gonna start not too far away from each other, and we're just gonna put our arm out in front, and we're gonna put our feet shoulder width apart, knees bent a little bit, and we're just gonna put some power behind the ball and get it to that other person. Remember to make your hands meet, so that way the ball ends up going where you want it to go.
Yeah.
See, that's basically a generic rugby pass. It's just like you want to go backwards. So if we were on the field, I would stand a little bit in front of you or behind you. If you were passing to me, I'd run up on the ball, and that's how you get through the line.
Okay. I felt like I did okay with passing. Rate me out of 1 to 10.
Honestly, for a beginner, someone who, if I didn't know that you'd never played rugby, I wouldn't have guessed you were a beginner.
So a 9.
So I'd say like a 7. We got room for improvement.
7. You know what?
Especially on that left side, maybe a 6.
Okay, so Alex, you taught me how to toss. It was great. I loved it.
That's the best
part. So now, let's get into some tackling.
All right, my favorite part.
So we're just gonna go over basic concepts, the approach, and the follow-through of tackling.
For sure, it's some basic progressions. No one's gonna get hurt. We're gonna basically start on our knees.
Okay.
So something that we do is when we go in to tackle someone, we come in through the side. I'm gonna start with one knee up, and I'm gonna put my ear to your hip, and I'm just gonna walk you to the ground, basically steer you with my hand, and you're just gonna fall to your right, basically.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy. I'm gonna start, shoot through, and bring down. So something that's really important is keeping our hands here. So when I'm on the field, I'm not trying to reach for you and losing you with my grip.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get myself in front of you and shoot through, so that way, and squeeze your legs tight to like stop you from moving.
Okay.
To hit low, I'm still trying to hit the knees. That way I can chop you in half, take you to ground. And then the important part is once you tackle them, you have to go to ground with them, and then you get to stand back up and fight for the ball that they have. Ready? Just walk in, ready? And then I get up and I can poach the ball if I wanted.
All right, so we just learned some great tackling concepts from Alex here. Now it's time to move into the Challenge Daniel round. Now, normally I'm excited, but this time I'm kind of nervous. Are you guys nervous? Let's go check it out. Well guys, it was unfortunate. I didn't win the challenge. Alex tackled me here. Your track tackling is actually really good. You said it was your weakness.
You know, I woke up on the right side of the bed this morning. I was feeling pretty confident, I have to say. I didn't want to let you win.
See, no one ever lets Daniel win the Challenge Daniel round. It's sad, it's unfortunate. But honestly, Alex, it was great having you on the show. You teaching me about rugby was just a great experience, and I had a lot of fun.
I had a lot of fun too.
Honestly, that's it for me. Alex, thanks again, okay?
Yeah, my name is Azzopardi, and I'm your weekly badger.